This is the MLB pregame show, and I'm Matt Vasgersian, and as we draw nearer to the first pitch of Game 1 in the series, we'll give you the latest installment of our Topps Player Spotlight. Van Winkler is our subject, and we get a great look at him here from a few moments ago as he was presented with his well-earned National League MVP trophy, a great moment in his career.
Yeah, and that's certainly something that he's going to remember forever. And it's an award that he definitely earned. But at the same time, he's got a new season to worry about now. And it's not too common for an MVP to go back-to-back and repeat the following year. So hopefully he can return to the great form that he displayed last year.
Yeah, I hope he can too. He was such an awesome sight to see out there last season. I mean, he really gave the fans around the league a thrill game in and game out. Certainly one of the most exciting players in the game today.
All right, lineups and first pitch are coming up next. Stay tuned for that right here on the show. A truly gorgeous afternoon for baseball now from sunny AT&T Park in San Francisco. Today, it's the home opener for this new season between the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. A chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, they got to love the production they're getting out of their leadoff hitter right now. He sports a batting average with runners in scoring position over 300, so you could say he relishes in those big moments. We'll see if that's the case in this one.
Matt Wisler gets the ball for the opener in front of these hometown fans. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, last year he had an ERA over 4. For a starting pitcher, that's a bit high. Looking to have
Kevin Sanchez steps up to the plate with a great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
And you know, you hear it all the time, but scoring first really is a big deal in this game. Statistically, your chance of winning is up quite a bit.
Oh, wow, what a stop. And they've taken the lead. A valiant effort there defensively, but it couldn't prevent the go-ahead run. Van Winkler will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. He pulls this one into right. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night. And as you see right there, that'll push his hitting streak yet another game as he has been on fire this month.
Well, I'll tell you, anytime you go through a streak like this where you just keep getting base hit after base hit after base hit, you know, people start to take notice of what you're doing.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. Low throw, and he can't handle the short hop. And they've got the runner trapped in a hot box between second and third now. And he'll just slap the tag on the runner between second and third to end the inning. So no runs here on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. Second inning now from San Francisco. Kevin Sanchez stands in. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Winkler is over, and he tucks it away for the second out. Into the box, Van Winkler, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Oh, that one got the pitcher. No chance to make the play. Let's just hope he's okay on the mound. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg, and that is his plant leg, which is always a concern, but from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Van Winkler. He'll swing it from the left side right here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Around third and being waved on home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
And every hitter knows you're going to see more fastballs when you've got good speed over there at first base. And that's exactly what he gets here as he drives this one. And, of course, because of that speed, that runner's going to come all the way around and score from first base.
And now the runner's trying for third. Pitch inside. The throw not nearly in time as he takes third easily.
I don't think he's too thrilled with himself behind the plate. It's hard to say for sure, but if he puts this ball in the bag, I think he's got a good shot at getting him at third. Instead, this one's high. He might even be fortunate it's not down the line, and the runner's able to slide in safely.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Hit on the ground to short. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
Well, that's a good job here to play.
Ken Florival to get a shot now in an RBI spot, so a chance to help his own cause here.
And he's got a hit in the game already, so he can handle the bat at least a little bit.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Winkler is over now, and he's got it for route number 2. Leading off the inning, Van Winkler, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Chen is there, and he has it for the first out.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Dodgers win it 9-6. So long from San Francisco.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon for the victorious Dodgers. 9 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 9 runners on base.
We are under the lights here on a Friday night at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight, Game 2 of this 4-game weekend set between the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. Time now to check out the lineup for the visiting Dodgers. Eric, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, I'm going to be looking to see if that guy in the 7th spot can stay hot. A career 300 hitter who consistently delivers good at-bats and clutch base hits. That's so impressive when you think about all the guys that have played this game who aren't able to say they accomplished that.
Luis Hernandez, the Panamanian right-hander, will get the nod here. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, he's got a career ERA in the low 1s.
Van Winkler will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Chen moves over. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Giants are down 1-2-3. After one, no score. Tyler Amos will dig in here to start out the top of the second. 7-8-9 here in a scoreless ball game.
And they'll be looking to make amends for that top of the first where they got the bases loaded but couldn't get anyone home.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is line to left. But he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Giants lineup defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, when you're talking about watching somebody throw a ball across the diamond, this guy throws it like a laser. Over at third base, doesn't have the great range, but if he gets his hands on it.
Tyler Amos stands in for the second time. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
Ground ball left side. Oh, what a start. The throw. Got him.
Oh, what a play.
They call it the hot corner for a reason, and this is a beauty to take us to break. More from AT&T Park right after this. Van Winkler is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of beating out a hit.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Now here's a good spot to finally break through against this guy. You've got the leadoff man on, the heart of the order's coming up, and
there's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. So it's a two-run shot to right center as the Giants have taken a 2-0 lead.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Van Winkler will stand in now following the home run, and you wonder if that losing streak is about to go by the wayside.
Well, they're not home yet, but certainly this has been a much better performance than we've seen out of them for a while now. So all signs seem to be pointing to a potential victory.
Lifted the other way to left center, and that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a one-out double. Sean Wright will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. And this ball runs away for ball two. 2-1. Some action in the Dodger bullpen now as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. And the runner's breaking for third. Pitch outside. The throw. It's too high, and he's going to get in there at third with a stolen base. Here's the 3-1. And he misses with one here. It's ball four. So that'll at least bring the double play into the conversation with runners at the corners and one away.
I would imagine that free pass was at least semi-intentional there. Now at least you set up a double play possibility with runners at the corners and one out.
Now the runner's on his way home. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 runs, 7 hits. And 1 error in the ballgame for San Francisco. And the runner's coming home. Pitch is a ball. He's set. Here's the 2-2. The runner's breaking for home. Chopper to second. This will be a tough turn. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4-6. Van Winkler gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. And he falls behind 0-2. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Line drive to left. Brown has to retreat a bit, but he gets there for out number 1.
I'll tell you, if this is in off the plate just a little bit further, this thing might end up in the cheap seats in left field. But instead, it just gets to the outer half. He still gets pretty good wood on the ball, but he winds up pulling it right at someone.
Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big home run, which really led his guys to this victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. It's a cold night at AT&T Park in San Francisco, conjuring now distant memories of the stick. Tonight, it's the third of this 4-game weekend series between the LA Dodgers. Van Winkler will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest. Lined hard toward right center. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow. Van Winkler will stand in now. Switch hitter batting from the left side here. Line toward the alley in left center. But this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number 1.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the lane.
Van Winkler stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit hard towards center. In there, a base hit. Van Winkler steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Cottrell is under it to tuck this one away, and it's a 1-pitch out to begin. Now in the box, Van Winkler. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. One there. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Bay Bridge, and at the other end, the city by the bay, as we continue tonight's ball game from AT&T Park. Ground. Scooped up. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. And this will go down as an E5, as you can see the exact. A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys. But what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, he only had one hit, but he definitely made it.
Sunday afternoon baseball on the show as we welcome you inside AT&T Park in San Francisco. Van Winkler will stand in, and boy, look at that batting average to start off the month of April.
And he's off to...
Oh, hold on here. Well hit into deep left center, and I don't think this one's coming back. No siree. This one is gone. Digging in now, Manuel Abreu. He flew out in his last at-bat. Smoke toward third. Oh, look at the throw to first. He's out.
No way. That was awesome.
So it's one run on one base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left on base. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 2-2. Coming to the plate now, Van Winkler, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
But he's going to get there as he runs it down on the warning track for the second out of the inning. Van Winkler strides into the box now, launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second of the game, as the Giants now take a 3-2 lead.
Well, it's got to be getting near the point where they need to make some alternate plans with this guy up there. Now that's his third home.
Tom Chen will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far. Van Winkler will stand in again as he looks for home run number 3 in the ball game as we flash you back here to his second home run. This was back in the 5th inning as he has the long ball working in his first few at-bats. And he is going to tie this ball game late as this ball is down for extra bases. The tying run is in to score from second. It's now a 5-5 ball game. Alex Claudia is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here. Darryl Moffitt will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be doing so with the runner in scoring position and still nobody out.
And now he gets to face some fresh meat. He's already got one homer in this game, remember.
Throws in time, and that's out number 1. And he is in there.
Well, good fundamental baseball might just win him this ball game. You've got the go-ahead run at second base, so this guy knows exactly what he has to do. Just a simple ground ball to the right side gets that guy to third base. And now you've got all sorts of ways to get him in and grab a late lead.
Herschel Polk will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances, but he could make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
Julian Bruno will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here. Van Winkler will come up now in yet another big RBI opportunity.
And he's got 4 already, and he's got a chance to make this a game to remember.
And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional. So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Starting in the National League West, the Giants. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Starting in the National League West, Jason Hayward was fantastic at the plate, collecting 5 hits as the Giants took down the Braves 4-3. He is currently among the NL leaders in batting average. The San Diego Padres cracked 16 hits on it.
A nice shot there of the nighttime skies over Turner Field in Atlanta. Striding into the box, Van Winkler, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here's a swing, and oh man! Way out of here. Van Winkler will try things again. He hit that 2-run homer his first time.
Yeah, and he jumped all over a first pitch fastball in that at-bat and just drove it right out of here. So let's see if he's aggressive early in the count once again.
See you later. Over the wall, a home run. High and deep to straightaway right. Thurston looks up. Gone! Van Winkler will stride in again as he looks to join a very elite list. We take you back to earlier. This was home run number 3 in the ballgame as he'll try and join just a select few with 4 home runs in a single game. And he's out trying to stretch it into a double. Van Winkler gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. He's set. Here it comes. Line toward right center. Boy, and the shellacking continues as this is down for extra bases. And to score, the runner from second. And he'll make it to third with a triple. Now some action in the Braves bullpen as they'll stand up a right-hander to get loose. And he missed with it there. Ball 4. It's a 2-out walk with the runner still at third. Jude Hernandez steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far.
Well, this could be a huge inning or maybe the end of the inning. This is a pivotal at-bat in one of the turning points of this ballgame right here.
A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys. But what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, seemed like everything he touched turned to gold. He winds up with 5 hits in the game. Without question, a standout performance.
Back live now on the MLB pregame show, just a few minutes away from Game 3 of the series. And while the final preparations are being made, we give you the tops player spotlight. Van Winkler will be our subject. And he had the long ball working in his last game. 3 home runs, really carrying his team on his back.
Yeah, we see it maybe a couple times a year, but when a guy gets 3 homers in a game, it's always...
Now from 7:55, Hank Aaron Drive. A look at Turner Field here in Atlanta. Van Winkler gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that's through for a hit.
And he continues his march towards the record books. With that hit, he's now just 2 shy of 3,000 for his career.
Yeah, he's on the verge of joining one of the most prestigious clubs in the sport, the 3,000 hit club. Everybody else better stay tuned because he could do it very soon.
2 out with the man at first. Van Winkler is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th. First delivery to him on the way. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. What a perfect moment. The ball clears the fence and gives him career hit number 3,000.
Whoa, that is just awesome. He's joined one of the most exclusive clubs in all of baseball, and he did it in style by belting one deep and out of here.
Oh, man. He is really something to watch. He's been that way from the moment he broke into the league, and you have to think this is one of his finest moments. I, for one, can't wait to see how the rest of his career plays out.
Van Winkler will step in now in a big spot here with runners on.
And keep in mind, he's got a home run here already. If he gets a hold of another one, he could tie up this ball game.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely. And that's a big one right there, guys. Of course, number 3,000. Celebrate, big fella. This is your moment.
Well, there are certain magic numbers for hitters. 3,000.
Van Winkler gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
A 1 pitch on its way. In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So a 3-run blast to deep center here. His second of the game as we are all tied at 5.
Boy, what a huge home run late.
Van Winkler will get another shot at it here as we take you back to inning number 7. This was his second home run of the ball game as he'd like nothing more than to make it 3 right here. And that's another base hit for him. He's on a tear in this one. Darryl Moffitt struggling so far in this one. He'll look to erase his 0 for 4 ball game with a base hit right here.
Oh, man, it's never fun to go over, but let's see if he can find a way to climb out of it.
A runner on first with 2 away. And a good offensive performance here, but I think we can agree on naming this fellow right here as our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was definitely a big part of this victory. You see there, 4 RBIs for him in the ball game. He came through when they needed him to, and he was instrumental in the win.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Giants are victorious here, 9-5. Good night from Atlanta. Matt From downtown Atlanta, we welcome you to baseball from Turner Field. Today, it's the finale of this 4-game. Van Winkler will see if he can keep the magic wand going. He was 5 for 5 in the ballgame last night.
Well, you look at the average on the season, guys, and he's not sneaking up on anybody. Pretty amazing numbers for him right there. So yesterday's performance, obviously no fluke.
Pulled toward right center field. Calling for it, Thurston. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he is in there. Herbert Thurston will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. Digging in the switch hitter, Van Winkler, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Yeah, he's got great numbers right here. Hitting over 350 against righties where he just rakes.
Throw gets him, 2 down. Van Winkler digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
High in the air and deep to left center field. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. Todd Vasquez will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one. Van Winkler will stand in as he's accounted for one of the biggest at-bats of the game so far. A 3-run shot back in the 5th that's really energized his ball club. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning stretch time here in Atlanta. It's the Giants 5 and the Braves 1. Todd Vasquez will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
And that will conclude matters. Van Winkler comes to the plate with ducks on the pond, as they say, looking to add to his team's already sizable lead.
What's that old saying, guys? The rich get richer? Well, his team's...
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. So all in all... Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he definitely...
Time to get the weekend started with Friday Night Baseball from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Tonight, the first of this 3-game. Van Winkler gets his first opportunity now in the top of the 1st with nobody on. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. Jude Hernandez will stride in now, and as you see there, he sits 9th in the National League in batting at the start of play. Mike Compton will come forward now, back in the lineup here after getting yesterday afternoon off. Van Winkler is the batter, got a base hit in his first trip. Now here's a fly ball, well hit. Gutierrez ranging back. But he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double. Coming to the plate now, Jude Hernandez, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities.
Oh, and he's into third safely with the stolen base.
And let's just train our camera on that runner leading off from second. He's watching that pitcher like a hawk. So once he sees that he's not paying attention to him, he just takes off. And the head-first slide gets him into third just ahead of the throw.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. Mike Compton is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat. Van Winkler gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want...
Hold on now, that ball is down and could score a run. Around third and being waved on home. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's a 3-0 game. Jude Hernandez will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Skied into straightaway right. Abbott moves over, and that retires the side. Van Winkler steps in after hitting an RBI single his last time around. He's set. Here it comes. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Gutierrez is under it. And that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. Van Winkler will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of beating out a hit.
High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Gutierrez looking up. And this one is gone. A home run. Will Myers will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Well, he winds up with 3/4 of the cycle. Couldn't quite squeeze in the triple, but...
Back. Afternoon baseball now on a lazy Sunday afternoon at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Van Winkler will stand in now as he was reinserted back into the lineup here after taking a needed day off yesterday. Hot shot on the ground is short, and a backhanded try into the hole at short, but this gets on by. Around third and being waved on home, and a relay home, and he is in there. Darryl Moffitt will stand in here with a chance to pad his RBI total, and as you can see, he currently sits third in the National League in that category. Runner goes for third. Pitches a cold strike. The throw not nearly in time as he takes third easily. Kevin Calderon gets his first shot now, trying to cash in with a runner at third and 2 gone. Stepping in, Van Winkler. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
And remember, he jumped all over that first pitch, so don't be surprised if he does it here again.
On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 1 hit in the inning. Quinn Kell will dig in now. He's struck out and lined out in his first 2 at-bats. Van Winkler comes forward to bat again. He was the victim of a double play last time around.
Yeah, and it's always kind of tough returning to the dugout after rolling into a double play. So you know he wants to make up for that one right here.
Gone! Quinn Kell will stand in now following the home run. And you wonder if that losing streak is about to go by the wayside.
Well, they're not home yet, but certainly this has been a much better performance than we've seen out of them for a while now. So all signs seem to be pointing to a potential victory.
Hit hard back up the middle. And this is going to be through into center field for a base hit as the leadoff man's aboard in the 8th. Darryl Moffitt will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen.
Meanwhile here, the throw down to second is not in time, and it's a stolen base. And now the runner's trying for third. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. The 1-2 pitch. Runner's on his way to third. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And he's retired here, 1 away. Kevin Calderon will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far. And the runner's breaking for third. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. Now a leaping effort at the wall, but he comes up empty. This one is gone. Home run. So standing in, Van Winkler, and we'll see if he can get something into the gap to make it interesting. He's had a great game so far, but needs the triple to complete a cycle. Oh, and that one slung through the strike zone that time at 98, 0-1. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. He'll take the turn and head for second. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game. Darryl Moffitt takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base.
Yeah, a base hit right through the infield would probably do it, but you can bet those guys in the outfield are going to be coming up gunning if they get any chance at all.
Abbott back to the track as he takes it for out number 2. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, this will get the runner up to third with 2 away, but it looked like it might have had a chance to get down initially. Good job to run it down out there in the alley.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Pitch taken for a strike. And he will make it back into third as he was able to put the brakes on in time. Boy, very fortunate there. Now the runner's on his way home. Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. And another foul ball. Rosenthal comes set. They try to put him away here on 2-2. Down the third baseline. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys. But what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player of the game. This is summertime by the Bay, AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight, the first of 2 in this interleague matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the San Francisco Giants. With that, here's a look at John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. Mookie Betts will stand in for the first time now, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark to begin play. Stepping in, Van Winkler, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Well, he's batting lefty right now, but doesn't matter. He can hit from either side of the plate.
This is line to left, but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out. And with that, a look at Bruce Bochy's lineup card for the Giants. Steve, what's the key for them? Coming to the plate now, Van Winkler, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. He's set. Here it comes. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. In to score is the runner from third. And a relay home. And it's in time, and he's out at the plate, so one runs across, but the second one is cut down trying to score.
On the money.
Darryl Moffitt digs in now with two already home and a potential third waiting in the wings only 90 feet away. Van Winkler comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth. Hit hard up the middle, and this is going to get on through into center, a leadoff hit. So make it 2 hits for him now on the night as this one finds its way into center. And as you see there, he's currently pacing the Giants in that category.
Yeah, and when a guy can post numbers like that, his teammates just expect him to produce game after game. He's a hit machine for them.
A pitch out, the throw, and just great defensive baseball there as they will nail him. Van Winkler takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base.
Yeah, a base hit right through the infield would probably do it, but you can bet those guys in the outfield are going to be coming up gunning if they get any chance at all.
And here's ball 4 now on the intentional walk, so that'll set up the double play possibility with one gone.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hand.
Darryl Moffitt digs in now after lining out in his last try.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
Look out as this bat shatters on impact. Throw too late, and how about that? It's an infield single, and it gives him the lead. Boy, oh boy.
Boy, that's just one of those fluky plays right there. He gets a late break off the mound because he's concerned about the business end of that bat, and who wouldn't be? And they wind up not being able to get an out on that play.
Bronson Roberts will come on and try to get out of this mess here as there are 2 on with only 1 away. Down the third baseline, reined in, and now a jump throw against his body, and now this ball's going to wind up out of. And boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top player of the game award, but what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the door out of the pen?
Yeah, it's nice to have someone like this that you can call on to finish things out for you, and he came on to slam the door shut.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to afternoon baseball now from McCovey Cove and AT&T Park here in San Francisco. Today, the finale of this. Van Winkler will stand in. Couple of hits in that ball game last night.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10. So yesterday's.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Van Winkler. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
Yeah, he's got great numbers.
No,
right
I
here.
love you.
Over 350 against righties where he just rakes.
In there, a base hit. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
Oh, you better have to pay attention to this guy right now. He is heating it up. 7 straight games now with that hit.
Settling in now, Van Winkler. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Boy, and here's a drive, deep left field, and the long ball's going to bite him for the 3rd time today as this one is gone. A home run. Barney Schroeder will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
You have have to get something out of this inning.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this.
But girls don't like baseball.
Van Winkler will stand
Cubs
in as
like.
he's accounted for one of the biggest at-bats of the game so far. A 3-run shot back in the fifth that's really energized his ball club. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Back goes Betts. Now a leaping effort at the wall, but he comes up empty. This one is gone. Home run. Two-run shot to straightaway center, his second of the game, as it's now a 6-run ball game. Van Winkler stands in again here with 2 home runs already to his name in this one.
And you know what, Matt? He's just made it look
White
so
Sox
easy
for
out there.
life.
I think they've got to change their approach right here. Use some caution or something.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
Nah, Cubs Nation.
Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, he delivered more than once with runners in scoring position. Finished with 5 RBIs.
This is summertime by the Bay, AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight, the first of this. Van Winkler gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2
You
away
aren't
here in the
Chicago,
opening
you aren't
frame.
about that life.
Nothing doing.
And now, meanwhile, here's a ball headed out toward deep left center field, and this is going to clear the wall, a home run. So a solo shot here to left center field. Home run number 37 on the
It's
year.
in my blood,
as
though.
the Giants are staked to a 1-0 lead.
I tell you, that's the perfect storm there. A power pitcher on the mound, throwing a hard fastball to a power hitter at the...
I'll
Tom
steal your
Chen
blood and
will
inject
dig
it into my
Currently
brain.
5th in the National League in batting to begin play.
And he has a top 5 on-base percentage as well.
Slapped hard the opposite way, and that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. Around first, on his way to second now, and he gets in there standing. He's got himself a double. So quickly into scoring
got issues,
position here
emoji
following the
flushed
opposite
base.
field double. And we'll bring up our Dodger leaderboard to confirm for you that his current total leads the squad in that category.
And guys, that's a bigger deal than people realize.
You got tissues, emoji reversed
Striding
hand
into the
with
box,
middle finger
David
extended, with
Almanzar.
medium
He'll
dark
look
skin
to bounce
tone.
back after striking out his last time up. Trying to strike him out for the second time. On the ground to third. Sit up. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. Home half of the third coming up, tied at 1. Leading off the inning, Van
Emoji
Winkler,
Panda
as they'll look
Face,
to get
Emoji
something
Panda
going here and
Face,
even this
Emoji
game up.
Panda
And in a
Face.
pretty close game so
My
far, they'd love
comment
to see
reader
this
is
guy get on
racist.
base so they can
Emoji
get a rally
reversed
started
hand
to
with
get
middle
back in
finger
this thing.
extended, with medium dark skin tone. Emoji reversed hand
Into
with
the
middle
seats,
finger
0-1.
extended, with medium dark skin tone.
Belted, deep center field. Chen looking up, and this one is gone. A home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second of the game. And the
Emoji
Giants have
reversed
come
hand
back
with
to knock
middle
this
finger
one up at 2
extended,
apiece.
with dark skin tone.
Roger Holdridge will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips.
With dark skin tone.
Grounded to third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Luke Jackson will come on now as he'll start out the bottom of the 6th. Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Boy, how much hotter is he going to get? He's got himself another 3-hit ball game, and that batting average is going to continue to climb even higher.
Force. Emoji speaking head in
Darryl
silhouette.
Moffett will dig in now. He's struck and lined out in his first 2 at-bats.
He's safe.
And a dive, but he's back. Runners off for second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease. And the runner's breaking for third. Pitch misses low. The throw down. Not nearly in time as he takes third easily.
And let's just train our camera on that runner leading off from second. He's watching that pitcher like a hawk. So once he sees that he's not paying attention to him, he just takes off. And the head-first slide gets him into third just ahead of the throw.
Now the runner's on his way home. Swing and a little tapper. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. And he'll be tagged out as he got caught between third and home. Julian Bruno will stand in. He flew out his last time up. On the ground to the left side. Gets it. He goes to first. Got him.
No way. That was awesome.
Van Winkler stands in again here with 2 home runs already to his name in this one.
And you know what, Matt? He's just made it look so easy out there. I think they've got to change their approach right here. Use some caution or something.
Swing and a ball pulled hard down the line and left. Oh, and this is past him down the line. A fair ball. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
You should stream Resident
Quite a lot of
Evil.
offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our
You know,
top
since
player
you're no
of the
longer
game.
handicapped.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Caro, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. Both teams getting their final warm-ups in as we welcome you back to the MLB pregame show. First pitch of Game 2 in our Saturday Night Baseball here on the show from AT&T Park in San Francisco. Van Winkler
Still mentally
gets his first
handicapped.
cuts
Emoji
now. The
winking
bases are
face.
empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame. Line drive to center field. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Oh, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the
So
way
is
he's
it a
feeling
yes?
it right now. 9 straight
Call out
games with
anyone?
that base hit now.
Darryl Moffitt will stand in. A big power threat here, to say the least. Currently third in home runs in the National League.
And he's hit a couple home runs in recent games.
That would work. Let's do it.
Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And he'll be
Sure.
tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Giants come up empty in the first. We'll go to the second from San Francisco.
I
No
mean
score on
fallout,
the...
not sacks.
Rolando Alfonso will stand in now, and as you can easily tell from the splits, he's really struggled away from home. Ground ball left side. Oh, what a play! Excellent effort, but no chance to make the play at first. That's a base hit.
Oh, that's just a bad break right there.
Maybe Resident Evil since I scream a lot.
Van Winkler is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
And fellas,
People
that's
like
still
that.
their only hit in the game so far. They've been pretty
Emoji
well shut
winking
down.
face.
And he gets ahead here with the
Yes.
fastball. Strike one. Line towards center field. And that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night. So a ringing single here to center field makes it 2 hits for him on the night. And as you see there, he's currently pacing the Giants in that category.
Yeah, and when a guy can post numbers like that, his teammates just expect him to produce game after game. He's a hitting machine for them.
Settling in now, Darryl Moffitt. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A pitch out. The throw. And they'll nail him at second on a brilliant call. Van Winkler digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
And here's ball 4 now on the intentional. Van Winkler steps into the box. Let's see if they avoid the zone again or try to challenge him here. Pitch out. Nothing doing.
1 ball, no strike.
2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first.
Get your
Sends it in
makeup
the air
on.
to deep left field. Brown ranging back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall.
Von
And a
Winchell.
relay home, and he is out at the plate, trying to take the lead, but
F
this
you.
game's going to remain deadlocked as the inning is over. So no runs here on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 9th inning coming up, and we are tied 2-2. Bay Bridge, and at the other end, the city by the bay, as we continue tonight's ball game from AT&T Park.
Foo. I mean, I think you'll be fine without it, but it's your choice, Nika.
Smoked on the ground, left side.
Don't be racist.
Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired.
You pig.
1 left for LA. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2.
Fuck me, daddy.
Not a lot of offense in this ball game, but what offense was provided came primarily from this guy, our top player of the game.
Yeah, he only had 1 hit, but he definitely made it count. A big home run that turned out to be the decisive blow in the ball game.
Sunday afternoon baseball on the show as we welcome you inside AT&T Park in San Francisco. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend series between the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. Get ready for Giants baseball. Next. Van Winkler will stand in. He too had 3 hits in the win last night.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
Yay.
Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run.
Outta here.
Solo shot to right center. Home run number 39 on the season for him as the Giants are staked to a 1-0
Wall
lead.
scraper.
Well, it's got to be
And
getting
that
near
one
the
is
point
good.
where
Homer run.
Van Winkler is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Bullshit.
Van Winkler will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Hit hard up the middle. And a reach to his backhand side at second, but this
Get
finds a
outta
way
here.
by. Long throw to the plate. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
he's driven in both of their runs now with that home run earlier and now the RBI double here. If it weren't for him, these guys...
RBI motherfucker.
Van Winkler digs in to lead off the bottom of the eighth inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Lined hard toward right center. Holdridge moves to his right and puts this one away
I'm
in
in
the
love
alley
with your
for out
body,
number one.
why?
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a
What the
fastball,
fucker?
and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
What the ducks?
Van Winkler strides into the box now.
Duck.
Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Duck. Duck. Goose. Good.
That's a
Watches a
strike.
fastball right there for strike one.
0-1.
Yeah, he needed that one. Something to
Run.
give him a little bit of confidence.
Oh, and he gets a hold of this one as it's in the air to deep left. Does he have another one? He does. It's another home run.
No doubt home run Suma bitch.
So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. His second home run of the game as they just
Son of a bitch.
continue to pour it on here.
Oh, and his great year just keeps going on and on.
Son of a bitch.
Like you say, that's home run number 40 on the year now.
So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out,
Got
that's
it,
our
dude.
man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah.
Alright, Resident Evil time.